Oh, someone wants to tell me.
Good morning, class. Today we're going to continue our unit on author's purpose. And so I want you guys to think about what is your favorite book and think about why the author wrote that book. And then give me a thumbs up when you guys are ready. Okay, Becca, what is your favorite book?
Judy B. Jones.
And why do you think the author wrote that book?
To help girls in that grade go through problems.
Good. And Tori, what's your favorite book?
I like the A to Z mystery books.
And why do you think the author wrote that book?
I think he wrote it because it helps kids be adventurous and like get out of just their little, what they're used to and help with their imagination and problem solving.
Good. Okay, so we're going to talk about author's purpose and how to identify the steps today. Every author has a purpose for writing a book. They will not write a book or a text just for no reason. There's always a reason behind it. And so today we're going to talk about the steps to identify author's purpose in a text. And so I want us to go back to when we talked about the definition of author's purpose yesterday, and we came up with the definition as a class. I want you to try to remember that definition and then write it down on a piece of paper and hold it above your head once you finish writing down your definition. Awesome. Becca, can you share with the class what you wrote?
I said the author's purpose is to write a text for readers to gain information from.
Good, very good. Bridget, what did you write down?
Why they wrote the book.
Can you further elaborate on that?
The author's purpose is what was their goal in writing the book? Like, what do they want the audience to get out of it?
Yeah. Also remember that they're either going to answer something, they're going to describe something, or they're going to explain something. So those are important questions to ask when you're trying to find the author's purpose. So I'm going to write down the steps on the board to find author's purpose. And I want you guys to write down the keyword when I tell you guys for each step on your piece of paper. So the first step is to identify the main ideas in the text. So that means you want to find what stands out in the text and what is the most important. And the key word in that is identify. So not everything is important in the text that you're reading, but you want to find the most important things. Yes.
If not everything's important, then why does the author...
Well, important has to have details, but not everything is crucial to the text that stands out. So there are more things that stand out to help identify the author's purpose. Any other questions? Okay, the second text step is to find the connections between the main ideas. So you want to find what is similar between all the main ideas. Because they're not just, they're not going to get put in randomly. And so the key word is find. And then the last step is to use the connections to form your author's purpose. So the connection is going to be what is the author's purpose, because it brings all the main points together. Any questions on the steps? Yes, Tori.
What if you can't find the connection between the main ideas?
I would say there's always going to be a connection between the main ideas in your passage. So then maybe you're not looking at the right main ideas. I would go back and try to see if there's going to be something similar between all of them. Okay, so I'm going to read what's the last author's purpose. And its use is the keyword. Okay, so I'm going to read a page from the book Polar Bears, and I'm going to demonstrate how to use the steps to find author's purpose. So I'm going to read body plan. So it says polar bears live under the harshest conditions on Earth, and that is not only because of the weather. Finding food is a constant struggle, and when two males come to conflict, whether they're fighting over prey or a mate, the results can be deadly. Luckily, this polar bear is built for survival. So from the first paragraph, what do you think the author is trying to explain or describe?
What the polar bear looks like.
Yeah.
How they get their food.
Yeah, good. Okay, so the second paragraph is polar bears can stand tall when confronting other bears. Their claws, which are ideal for digging in snow and ice, are also deadly weapons. These bears can strike with lightning speed to a wounded enemy or kill prey. They also have 42 razor-sharp teeth, which are designed to tear into their victims. So what do you think the author is describing in this paragraph?
They're scary.
They're scary.
Yeah, but let's go further into that.
They can kill their prey easily.
Yeah, good. So, from the first, we can identify the main ideas in this text. So as we look at it, we can see that food is a struggle for them, and when they can come into conflict with other polar bears, and that they are, and how they're built helps them survive. And then it goes into detail about the certain aspects of a bear that help it build for survival. And so then the connection is how the bears can survive, how the bears can find food and survive. So I want you guys to use from what I just told you to tell me what you think the author's purpose for this page is.
Do you want us to write it down?
I just will raise your hand.
Okay.
Yes, Becca.
Maybe to like show readers that because it's hard for them to get food, that's why they have like claws and teeth.
Yeah, good. Bridget?
I think the author's purpose was to give us information on how polar bears survive.
Good. So, you guys are going to do exactly what I'm going to do, but in your table groups, I have given you guys assigned readings, and I want you guys to go through the steps to find the author's purpose. And with each step, you're going to write down what main ideas you found, what are the connections you found, and then how those connections form your author's purpose. And then I'll walk around. If you have any questions, raise your hand, let me know, I'll give you help. And when you guys are done, I want you to raise your hand so I can come check your work and make sure you're on the right track. Good job, Bridget. Yes, Tori?
Can you let my daughter see if I'm doing it right?
Yes, very good. Wonderful job, Becca. Okay, so now that you guys are all done, you're gonna take what you guys have written down in your journals and you're gonna create that onto a poster. This poster is what you're gonna present at the end of this class. So on your poster, I want you guys to put the chapter in the heading of what you're assigned reading. I want you guys to explain the author's purpose, what you thought the author's purpose was of your assigned reading, and I want you to do the steps to find the author's purpose, but also what you found for each step. So like, what were the main ideas? What connections did you find? How that helped you form your author's purpose? Your poster should also be neat and colorful, and I want you guys to include pictures on it. And then I'll give you about 15 minutes to do this, and then we'll take about 15 minutes for Zen from the class. So you guys can go gather your supplies. Questions? Yes?
Go ahead. Are we doing these in our table groups?
You're doing these individually.
Okay.
Yes, Becca?
We're doing the posters individually?
Yes.
Are we presenting individually?
Yes.
Can I print pictures because I can't draw very well?
Oh,
You can-
yeah.
You just draw as best you can. I'm not grading how well you draw. But just however best you can. You got this.
Are stick people okay?
Sick people are wonderful. Okay, you guys, I'll set you to it, and I'll come back and check you guys in 15 minutes.
Perfect.